world you are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Oh my goodness. I was struggle streaming on my other programs that I was using. Oh man, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I'm telling you, StreamYard gave me a problem, a big problem. But I'm live streaming directly from YouTube. It is what it is. Now, P. Diddy. P. Diddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I had to wait until the trial was over. And I did a little, video here, video there, going back and forth because I'm just sitting here trying to work through this. And and for some reason, well, not for some reason, but one thing I know, whenever you have big cases like this, when the case is over, normally things happen after the case, other things come in. And oh my goodness, oh my goodness, there's a lot that's coming in. Now, it's coming in on both sides. Now, I haven't heard anybody on the feminist background coming out and saying anything about Cassie and what things are coming out about her. Now, her husband, I feel so bad for him. I do. I do. Because I don't think he knew the full scope of what he was getting into. I truly don't believe he did. No, I don't believe he knew the true scope. Because if he did, then I think he may have sidestepped. He would have sidestepped what's going on. He would look he would like, wait a minute. She did a what? With who? Now? What? It would have been one of those things. In my humble opinion, it really would have been one of those things. So, let me see. Can I get this changed? Okay, I can't. Okay, I'm going to put a little questionnaire or a little poll, and you tell me what you think. I just want to I just want to see what people are saying. Okay. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing, Kim? How you doing? Are you from Togo? All right. How you doing from Togo? How's it going? All right. Hey, how you doing, Bri? How you doing? Okay. Now, as I'm looking at this whole entire situation, and I'm looking at it and I'm trying to be very objective as possible. Now, P. Diddy, I think I don't like him. I don't like him because can say I don't like him. When he back in the 80s when he was in DC, I remember that creature. Okay, but I'm gonna try very hard to be taken just to be how can I say unbiased. Okay. Now, the question that I put up was is Cassie a true victim? Is she? Is she a true victim? Okay, I can't even put it up. This is okay. Ken says, "Yep," and I'm Togolese, but I'm living abroad and I appreciate it. All right. Hey, how you doing, Downey? Okay. I believe that in some aspects, Cassie, yeah, yeah. As far as getting, but understand why. Understand why. Now, she's being sued. Okay, they were asked to wait for the for the criminal case to be resolved. Now that it's resolved, Cassie has been named in lawsuit. I'm like, oh my goodness. When I start looking at this stuff, I'm like, OMG. Is that G? Okay, whatever. OMG, there's a lot there. Okay, now you have more. Oh yeah, I'm working on getting subscribers. It's not easy. It's not easy being in the YouTube pool and and competing against millions of people. It's not easy. Um, Wait a minute. Some people think that it's 50-50, 50-50. Okay, 50-50. Now, P. Diddy, he did put his hands on her. He did. But damn, I was not able to bring my use my other live streams so I can show you the articles because she's being sued by a man. Kim said Cassie is fearing Diddy's power, and I can't believe. Okay, P. Diddy did abuse his power. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But let me tell you something. One thing about women, women bring men down hard. Okay, women bring men down hard. Example: Marilyn Manson has been brought down by a woman. Women are considered, how can I say, weak creatures. And I don't mean creature meaning, no. Women are considered weak or the weaker sex. And that women are looked upon as can never do any wrong, don't lie, don't do any of those things. They are the, how could I say, the pinnacle of righteousness. If you believe that, I got a Brooklyn Bridge to sell you for some wooden nickels. Okay? As a woman, I'm telling you, as a woman, we women are manipulative, diabolical people. We are. We are. And if you have come across one of us that is wicked and diabolical, then I feel bad for you because you're going to go through a serious ride. Now, as I was listening to Cassie, listening to her friends, I'm like, there's a lot in here that doesn't make sense. But when they were cross-examined, and even what's her name, Brianna Brianna B. Okay, she said that Cassie put her in a lawsuit, and she didn't want to be in the lawsuit. She also, Brianna also said her attorney made it more than what it really was and putting lies out there to make it more outrageous and crazy. And her being put on the banister of Cassie's house, putting her up and like he was going to throw her off the balcony. That did not happen, and none of those things were retracted at all. No one retracted any of those things. Keep in mind, just keep this in mind. I'm not saying P. Diddy's innocent. No, no, he is guilty as hell. He's guilty as all outdoors, but he's guilty of of the things that they did not charge him with. And I don't understand why that they didn't do that. I don't know whether if, and I'm not really big on conspiracies or anything of that sort. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. I'm not big on conspiracies. I'm not. I'm not. I'm only big on what can be proven. And P Diddy was high on the hog when he was getting all. That man had so much money. Look, look. That man had so much money. He made those liquor companies a lot of money. He was getting paid. What was it? I think he was getting paid like $300 million a year just based on him promoting these liquor companies. Just by him promoting, every time he went out, he was promoting, 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 promoting. He never stopped promoting. Even when he went out, Ciroc was Ciroc, 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 Ciroc. And then it got to the point to where he forgot that he was an employee, and he jumped out of his space saying, "You're racist. You're this. You're that." Look, you don't. mm. When you cut the hand, or When you cut the hand that feeds you, oh, the hunger, the hunger that you would feel is beyond belief. Now, with all of this, with all of this, Cassie, Cassie had a great opportunity to be able to get him to get revenge. And they always say revenge is always best served cold. Cassie had she needed that get back. She needed that get back. She He gave her a life that she would never, ever, 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 ever get again. Never. She would never have that level of life. She never will. And she went from uh, Ryan Ash, Ryan Leslie. Then from Ryan Leslie, she went to P Diddy. In between that time, she overlapped men. She was always overlapping men. Even with her husband, she overlapped him. And then she got with Kid Cudi while she was with P Diddy. Kid Cudi said she used me. I feel used, and she did. Then she went back to P Diddy. Now I'm going to get to what the guy who's suing her, because she's being sued. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read it to you. I'm just so mad that my program isn't working to where I can show it to you. I have to read it to you, and maybe I'll be able to put it into the description section for you to look it up and read it for yourself, because he's suing her tail. Oh my goodness! But let me just go ahead and get into it. Let me get into it because this is some wild, wild stuff. Well, let me first get into her husband. I feel bad for her husband. I feel bad for Alex Fine. I do. And Alex, P Diddy paid him. P Diddy paid him because Cassie's husband Alex Fine speaks out. You did not break her. P Diddy did not break Cassie. That's what he's saying. He's screaming to the world. You didn't break my wife. You didn't break my wife. No matter how hard you try to break her down, she stands. And he said, after 4 intense days in the courtroom, where his wife, Cassandra Cassie Ventura Fine, described years of alleged abuse by Sean Diddy Combs, Alex Fine is finally breaking his silence. He says, and he's doing it with love, strength, and a little fine of his own. I like that little play on his name. Okay. Fine, Alex Fine, who has been married to Ventura since 2019, is more than just supportive husband. He's also a proud dad of two daughters, now three children, with one on the way. Ventura has been testifying while 8 months pregnant, making her courtroom appearance all more powerful. Now, if you go back to her courtroom appearance, she said something interesting. She said, I don't hate P. Diddy. I miss that life. While her husband is in the stand, not in the stand, but in the sitting there with everybody else, I miss that life. I don't hate him. Yeah, he beat me. He did that, but she never said, I'm gonna get to the male escort, because that right there, oh my goodness. Um Hold on. I'm sorry. Cassie's sued by male escort. He claims she aborted their baby. Okay. Okay, following this a little bigger. Okay. So this is crazy. Okay, following last week's Diddy's verdict, the legal drama continues with a fresh lawsuit against both the music mogul and Cassie Ventura. The singer is being sued by a male escort named Clayton Howard for allegedly giving him an STD and aborting their pregnancy without his knowledge. Okay, he's saying that she got pregnant with his child. Now, keep this in mind, the freca office, right? Now, she said P. Diddy, he's a eeny weeny, teeny weeny, little short man. Dun, 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 dun. No, ma. Okay, she said that he had a small package, but big pockets. A small package with big pockets, but the escort had a big package, but small pockets. And P. Diddy put himself aside and let her be pleasured by a man that was not him. He was paying him to be with her. And he even talked about having a 2 day session to compete with another man to be the escort for her. And P. Diddy was paying these guys. And he got into some very interesting things, what he was talking about when it came to him and P. Diddy and her. Because I said before that, P. Diddy gave vibes just during his interviews and things that he wasn't interested in women, he was interested in men. And Cassie at some point was like a beard for him to make him look straight, right? And having all these other women and supporting their lifestyles, but Cassie wanting a relationship with him. So it goes on. The singer is being sued by the male escort, Clayton Howard, okay, giving him an STD, allegedly. Okay. Howard, who allegedly went by the name Dave Black. You heard of him. When he was hired for the Freca off the parties, alleged that he was drugged, manipulated, and traumatized by both Diddy and Cassie. Both of them. Whoa, okay. He is now seeking compensation for psychological injury and several other forms of trauma. I think getting a STD is very traumatic. Very traumatic. In documents obtained by TMZ, he claimed he was hired for the Flickr office with Diddy and Cassie starting in 2009. The couple allegedly trafficked him, and he's getting this stuff from with P. Diddy. Oh my goodness, it's going to get messy. It's going to get really messy. Cassie got that $30 million. And when you say, I got $30 million, there are people there ready to sue you, and she's getting ready to get drugged through the mud. It's getting ready to start. And for me, hey, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right? The couple allegedly trafficked him for the purpose of commercial schmecks, using him as entertainment to satisfy their sexual fetishes and personal ambitions. That's what P. Diddy was. He was charged with that. He was convicted of that. So he was convicted of hiring prostitutes and trafficking prostitutes. He was convicted of that, and he's the only PIMP that has been litigated. My goodness, you can't make this up. And now Cassie, due to the conviction, she is considered a um a schmex worker. Okay. Okay. Howard also alleges that Cassie manipulated him into taking ecstasy and having unprotected schmex. He also he says he would obtain them. I'm sorry. Let me back up. He said he would order, meaning P. Diddy would order him to master debater for hours on end, resulting him tearing and skin peeling and scabbing on his nest. Okay, and that's just. Does it go any further than that? Oh yeah, it does. I'm gonna read a little bit more. Now, the escort alleges that Ventura lied to him in overdose story. Wait a minute. Wait. The escort alleged that Ventura lied about an overdose story at the Freca Alta party. It alleged it allegedly was the one to pursue sexual activity in that instance. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie, he remarked. Howard said he gave her he gave her over a year to settle this allegation against her before proceeding in court. Oh, smack! Oh, wait a minute. What she did to P. Diddy, she did to him. P. P. Diddy said, okay, I'm not paying you. I'm not doing that. Dragging his feet. Cassie got her $20 million. Now she's doing the same thing to him because he came to her. I said, hey, you did this to me. You did me wrong. And I know you got money. You need to pay me for what you did. Because, let me go into it. It's going to be crazy. The problem is she's being supported by a woman who chose to attack a male victim instead of accepting the truth. He alleged a woman could have lied to to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend that broke her heart and her ellipsis. Cassie did this to herself. Cassie got on the stand and tried to destroy Diddy. She should have took her 20-30 million dollars and walked away into the sunset. This is crazy. I blame Cassie for her ultimate decision for aborting our child. Wow. Howard alleged in the book, because he wrote a book, I know it must have been a difficult decision for her. I blame the situation for what happened. The situation led us to create a life due to our carelessness, and that carelessness resulted in a termination of an innocent child. These are his words. Diddy walked away from a minimal sentence in a federal schmex crime trial with an acquittal of racketeering and schmex trafficking, but convicted on 2 counts of transportation of prosthetic prostitution. These algorithms, I got to be careful. Oh, how you doing? Okay. Hey, how you doing? Morning Star. Oh, that Morning Star. Okay. All right. Okay, that's the end of that article right there. So he's suing her. He's suing her and saying, hey, you know, Cassie, you're no victim. You went up there and you lied on P. Diddy. You lied on him, and you also abused me. You abused me too. You manipulated me. Oh, it's going to get crazy. And the two of them not only abused me, but manipulated me and psychologically tortured me. This man's gonna get his money. He's gonna get his money. And out of all this, I feel really bad for her husband because it's going to get crazy. And worst of all, I feel bad for the children, her children. Um, Let me see. TMZ. Now, Cassie Diddy sued. Male escort claims she gave him a schmess TD, alleged the same thing, aborted the pregnancy. And it would be very easy to prove. Very easy. Very easy. The escort claimed that he contracted an STD. He doesn't say what it was. He doesn't say what it was. Now, I will say this. P Diddy was sued by by a guy named John Oddie. John Oddie was an escort at the Dancing Bear down in Florida, and he sued P Diddy for giving him a hair piece. If you get it, hair piece, he gave him a hair piece, and he sued him, and he got a couple of million of dollars. So he said, and P Diddy was with Cassie for 10 years. Now within those 10 years, she got some. More than likely, allegedly got something because that is what the escort said. She gave me an STD. He didn't say exactly what it was. Now, he alleged that when they had schmecks, that she would take off the protection and jump on him. Well, jump on him are my words. But let me see if it gets into that right here. It says he claims he was hired for Frika Office with Diddy and Cassie starting in 2009. We already said that. And he said for more than 5 years, they trafficked him for the purpose of commercial schmecks, using him as entertainment to satisfy their fetish and personal ambitions. Okay, and that's true because that is what was stated by another escort. That's what was stated by Cassie. That's what was stated by Jane Doe. That's what's stated by the other Jane Doe. And the other Jane Doe is affiliated with a famous rapper that P. Diddy and him hate each other. That happens to be the baby's mama that P. Diddy started messing with, Jane Doe. And he calls her a schmex worker now. So you know who this person is. Very easy to look up. But he says Cassie manipulated him into taking ecstasy. So I'm pretty sure he gets deep into the book. He gets into it. But there's something else I wanted. Okay, here. He was not called as a witness, but was mentioned several times during the testimony in P. Diddy's trial. The federal agent testified that Clayton stayed at the Four Seasons and a flight from New York City to LA, all paid for by P. Diddy. Okay, he paid for all that stuff. And he said that he gave a deposition, he wanted to testify, but the prosecution was, oh no, we can't have this man testifying because it's going to blow up everything that we were saying. We're saying this, that, and the other, and it's all pointing to him. But this guy is going to say, no, that's not what it is. But the defense was like, okay, we don't know how far he'll go. Okay, we're better off not having him because our client looks bad, but we don't know how far he would go because it could possibly go into racketeering and possibly this is just conjecture on my part, possibly go into racketeering if Clayton were to testify. So that's why the escort Clayton did not testify for the defense nor for the prosecution because both sides, it would have been really bad for both sides. So I do understand that. Now, Diddy was acquitted of racketeering and schmex trafficking. Now he's saying, the escort is saying, hey, I was schmex trafficked for their fetishes. And they paid me a lot of money. They paid me a lot of money. This is a three-ring circus. It is. But he was found not guilty of transporting escorts across state lines for the purpose of prostitution, right? And he was denied bail and remains in custody awaiting sentencing. So they're saying that he's facing up to 20 years. No. But he's trying to sell newspapers. Okay, we reached out to Cassie's legal team and team for P. Diddy and Cassie. So far, no word back. I know Cassie's team is not going to talk at all. Mum, zilch, nada. because she was a victim. Now, he said something quite key. He said, P. Diddy didn't just, no. He said, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, he did abuse her, but he abused her because she was always cheating. He didn't mind her being with other men as long as he was there and would be able to participate. And he didn't mind her being pleasured as long as he was there. But he said that Cassie had reached out to him without P. Diddy. And P. Diddy would find out because Cassie would use his money. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. But then Cassie would say, well, P. Diddy's not working with a lot. And he doesn't, and I'm young and I'm vibrant. And he caught me in my 20s. And I want to put my feet on the ceiling. And P. Diddy can't do that because his feet hurt, back hurt, and no, feet and back hurt. I don't know. I'm just making that up. But she said that he had a Tootsie Roll. Poor P. Diddy. Poor P. Diddy. I mean, poor guy. I kind of feel bad for him. I do. I kind of feel bad. Everybody knows that, yeah, a Vienna sausage. Everybody knows that now. Let me see. Sister. But everything's, goes back to the same thing. Trafficking and this, that, and the other. But now, I will say this. Now, men, because I mentioned Marilyn Manson and I mentioned Johnny Depp. Now, Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson should be a cautionary tale. Leave those young ass women alone. Okay, leave them alone. But should be a cautionary tale. Really should be. And when you are dating in a different generation, right? Because P. Diddy, Marilyn Manson, and Johnny Depp are all in Gen X. I'm Gen X too. I'm younger than them. I don't know how old P. Diddy is, but I know he's in his 50s. But when you're an older guy and you're dealing with a woman that is young, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Lexi Fixie? How's it going? When you're dealing with when men with status, okay, I'll put it like this. All women want to have the fabulous life, the wealthy life, want that. Not all women can get it. They get what they can get. Wherever their level is, they get. Now, Cassie is one of those women that is like Evan Rachel Wood. That's like Amber Heard. Beautiful. Beautiful. Amber Heard did some modeling, some acting. Evan Rachel Wood is an actress and a singer. And then there's Cassie. She's some singing. She did some singing, but also a model too. Now, guys, older men are like, oh, that's some eye candy. But the men already been where they're at. They've been through their 20s. They don't want to be in their 20s again. Never, never again. But however, the older men see the youthfulness and the bendability, and these women are on a completely different level. They are not the level of what they grew up with. They're not with women that are Gen X. Gen X women are completely different. Now, the younger women, the millennials, the alpha, whatever you want to call them, from here on out, they're all monetized. They're all monetized. Amber Heard monetized. Cassie monetized. Evan Rachel Wood monetized. And I would like to say a little bit on the cuckoo for Cocoa Puff side with a huge ball of revenge. A huge ball of revenge. And you saw what Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp. She cut off his finger. Look, Johnny loved her. Johnny loved her and loved the wild side of her. And when that wild side was pointed someplace else, it was okay. But when it's pointed at him, it was a problem. to the point to where Johnny couldn't take it anymore. Johnny's like, look, I want to spend time with my daughter, and you're interfering because you're having an adolescent outburst and acting like a child. And I'm sorry, I got to get out of this stuff. Next thing you know, he beat me. He did this. She goes on a national stage. She goes on a national stage and says that she was not only beaten, but she was also domestic violence or DV, but also she was grape juiced by her husband. Okay. While she was going to I wonder if she went to P. Diddy parties. I don't know. I always wondered. Evan Rachel Wood did the same thing. Evan Rachel Wood, Marilyn Manson's older. He doesn't want to party like that all the time. He wants to be at home, maybe by 9 o'clock, go to bed, look at his AARP stuff with older. Oh wow. Okay, there's a tornado warning in my area. Oh snap. Okay, I'm gonna stay here and still do this live stream. Oh man. The tornado in this area for 7 p.m. So okay, y'all can hang with me because tornadoes. I'm a bit scared. Oh man. Okay. So he was going after um the young women. Now, P Diddy, P Diddy. Oh, I don't know if you heard that lightning. Okay, y'all stick with me. Stick with me. I don't want to do this by myself. I'm scared. Okay. Yeah, I'm safe. Oh no. Okay. So now P Diddy again. I remember him back in the late '80s. Okay. I remember him, and I remember him. I'm going to leave it right there. All right. Okay. Great, Lexi. I will most definitely text you and let you know I'm okay. It's a little scary. Leave something up so I can watch. They're calling on tornadoes. I don't know if the tornado hit DC one time. A tornado hit DC one time, and it hit in southeast. It jumped. It went on somebody's roof, tore up the roof, and jumped into Maryland. Okay. All right. Open that one. I can't see that. I'm sorry. I'm talking to my daughter. All right. P Diddy. He he wanted what all older men want: the young woman, the young beautiful woman on his arm. And Cassie most definitely is beautiful. She's great eye candy, and she has a level of freakdom to her that he is like, all right, I'm with all that freakdom mess. I mean, because there are some women who who it's okay with experimenting. It's okay with that. Who's okay with um dare I want to say, I don't know, try try sexual or whatever, try anything once. Okay. That's her. And then if you listen to what the escort was saying, I'm like, whoa, whoa, right? That right there really tripped me out. That really tripped me out. I'm like, oh man, she did that because he's saying that that's what she was with. Now everything, okay, the escort said everything what Cassie said that she did not want to do, she was down with it. And he even said, no, if I would have known that she was down with that stuff, I would have never allowed her to kiss me. I'm like, oh, smack. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Wow. And the escort, he said he even caught feelings. And they were very intimate. Very, very intimate. And when you're with somebody and you're actually, right? That's intimate. And then you add kissing, takes it over the top. When you kiss somebody, that is a very, very intimate thing. Very intimate. Yeah. Lexi, yeah. Now, P. Diddy gave her a life and said that he was going to do certain things. Now, in the trial, she said that he kept her from from um, doing her aspirations. She wanted to be uh, a music a singer, and he's saying, "Did you go to the studio? Did you do this? Did you do that?" And this is coming from not only the escort because he was there for some of the conversations, but her friend Brianna said, "Well, we had a line with a clothing line. We were doing T-shirts, and we had to compete with uh, what's her name, Rihanna, and compete with Beyonce. They're workaholics. Okay, they don't rest. They are serious business women." And it came out that in a trial that Cassie spent all her time getting high with her friend. And P. Diddy's like, "Hey, I want you to go to a drug program." He put her in a drug program. He put her in one to get cleaned up, and she signed herself out to go to a freak. Just, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying this, and that is that what we believe to be true, it's going to be turned on top. It's going to be turned on top of its head, because there are male escorts that are coming not only for Cassie but for P Diddy. Now, one escort said, um, "I was at a P Diddy party and I was drugged and my back door hurt. I woke up and my back door hurt." And he said he had an STD back there. Oh my God. That's all I can say. OMG. This is going to be explosive when it comes out. You think what Cassie and these lawyers were talking about, this is going to be on a whole other level. On be a whole other level. We're going to look at P. Diddy in a completely different way. Now, it looks like that he goes both ways. That's what it looks like. And Cassie's going to be looked at in a different way as well, in my belief. I'm going to get off this live stream because there's a tornado, tornado alert, and I'm going to go in the bathroom. I don't know. I don't know, but it looks really bad out here. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Bye bye.